Jason, let's kick it over to Logan once again for his take on the Indiana Fever. I cannot wait. I'm nervous that we allowed Logan a shot at our beloved Fever. But
Yeah,
let's go ahead and see what Logan's take is with his resolution for the Fever.
all right. I believe I've got the right video for Twitch people, so hopefully this
Okay.
works well. Let's see.
Let's check it out.
WNBA Nation, look, I've got a resolution here for you for the Indiana Fever. Resolution for them this year, look, any game worth playing is a game worth winning, and they need to get about doing that a little bit more. So I was actually fairly pleased with how they ended last season after an early losing streak. I know they've got some entry level players, and then Kelsey Mitchell is going to be on the roster. It looks like Chantel Lavender, Daniel Robinson, they're going to be on the roster, but they've got some flexibility to make some moves this off season. That's not been their forte. Since we've started the show, we really haven't seen a lot of activity from the Fever front office in the offseason. So I think your resolution is to make some moves in the offseason with the playoffs in mind. Might seem a little bit wild, but things could change around in a hurry in the WNBA. I think the playoffs are a goal. If you're not entering the 2022 season with a goal to at least make the playoffs, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that should be every rebuilding team's goal. That's the first step towards getting to a championship. And I think the Fever, as much as we sometimes slam on this on the show, and sometimes we're really disappointed in what they're doing there, it doesn't take a lot to turn things around. And I'm hopeful for them this year. They've got a relatively young roster. They have room to make some acquisitions. Get to the playoffs. Then we'll talk. All right, that's it for the Fever.
Jason, I like it. Logan really... Here's the thing. What Logan says seems so obvious, and yet it seems obvious to everyone except Indiana. I hope Indiana can start to make some of these moves. They have been so quiet in free agency. If your biggest signee over the last 3 seasons was Danielle Robinson, and listen, Danielle Robinson literally is one of our all-time favorite players. She's like a top 3 favorite player probably for all 4 of us, right? But if that's your biggest move, exactly. If that's your biggest move, that's not enough, right? She needs help. Kelsey Mitchell needs help. D-Rob needs help. Jantel Lavender needs help. Tiara McCowan should be playing more. Get some sign. Get somebody signed that can come in and insert some presence there in Indiana. I think that there's a lot that could be happening for the Fever if they will just make the effort.
Absolutely. I completely agree, and I think this goes to one of my main complaints about the Fever, which is that I don't know that their front office has been committed to that team. And the reason I say that is every year for media contacts of the league, they send out kind of a media guide that has contact people of who we can reach out to if we want to try to set up interviews, stuff like that. And every year up until this last year, it was a Pacers email that we would get. Like it was at Pacers.com, not at, Fever or anything like that. And to me, that just shows that they were basically just taking somebody on the Pacers staff and being like, oh yeah, you also do this thing. And they treated the Fever as an afterthought. And I feel like that really showed in the absolute lack of offseason moves because there aren't people pushing and trying and making that happen. Or at least that was the read that I had on that. Maybe the Fever's front staff are listening right now and they're like, we're devoted and hardworking, which maybe you are. But that's the way it read to me. And so I like his resolution is make a move with the offseason in mind. Be intentional. Try to put together a roster and a team. And really make that concerted effort to set the stage for, the first playoff run in honestly a little while for the Fever. Let's make that happen. Let's at least get them to the show.